Welcome to Daily Steps from One Extraordinary Marriage, where we outline simple steps that you can take to have the ultimate marriage adventure. I'm Tony DeLorenzo, your co-host, along with my beautiful wife, Elisa. In today's show, we address the question, how do we handle the stress of trying to get pregnant when it's not happening?
Being in a place where you want to get pregnant but can't, for whatever reason, it does bring a level of stress to a marriage. And Tony and I just want to say at the beginning of the show, we feel for each and every one of you that are at this place because we know it's not an easy place.
Yep.
Right. And we know that every month is a roller coaster for you. Is it going to happen this month? Is it going to, oh my gosh, so much anticipation and we've done everything right and, had sex on all the right days and this kind of stuff. And then you get your period and you're like, let down again. And when you're in this place and how do you, to answer the question on how you handle the stress, the communication that a couple has when they're facing infertility, when they're facing any storm in their marriage really is that key factor in the stress level within the marriage. Right? Because the two of you are processing things differently. You're dealing with the doctor's visits. You're dealing with all the people asking you, when are you going to have a baby? You're dealing with, your Facebook feed blowing up with pictures of babies and seeing, every third woman that you pass at the grocery store is pregnant. And you're just like, why not us? Right? Why is this taking so long? And that stress can create division between the two of you instead of an opportunity for it to actually create unity of saying, we made a commitment when we stood up before our friends, family, God, and everyone and said, in all seasons of our marriage, in sickness and in health, I take you. And sometimes I think we forget our vows when we get in these.
I think a lot of times we forget our vows.
I would actually have to agree with you. And so it's bringing that mindset back into the stressful situation of saying, in sickness and in health, I stand by you. Right. I want to hear your concerns and get out and go for a walk. I mean, so often we try and handle all of our stressful situations within our homes, right? Whether we're sitting across the table from the dining room table or we're on, two couches looking at each other, or maybe we're next to each other in bed and we're like, we need to talk about this. And it just adds to the stress level. It takes it up like 10 notches.
Yeah. Get out, do a walk and talk. It's something that Elisa and I have done for many, many years. And it's one of the best things. If you can do it on a regular basis, it definitely helps because you don't have this crescendo of like, oh gosh, we have a big issue, so now we need to go for a walk. If you're just doing it maybe just once a week, it's amazing what begins to just come out and flow in conversation when you're just out there and just strolling. For those of you who have younger kids that are in strollers, push them. Let them take their nap in the stroller. Push them. Talk about these issues with each other. In front of your kid is okay. Don't sweat it. They can handle some stuff, especially when they're young. They don't even know what the heck you're talking about. So don't even worry about it, but get on out there. It's amazing what can happen when you just have some fresh air and some movement.
Absolutely, because the two of you need to be sharing with one another. What are your expectations? What are your disappointments? What have been the successes of this season and what you're going through? Even when it seems hard, there are always little glimmers. I had one of my coaching clients refer to them as God glimmers. And
Love it.
You start to look for those God glimmers and you start to express your expectations and your frustrations. And all of a sudden you become a team because you're sharing this instead of an island because you're keeping everything inside. You want to be able to handle stress, whether you're dealing with infertility or any other problem in your marriage. Don't carry the burden by yourself. Right? Choose to say, we're going to be on the team. We're going to grieve the seasons that we have to grieve, and we're going to celebrate the seasons that we can celebrate. Because when you're in this place of wanting to make a baby and not having it happen, it can really seem like there are just so many things to mourn. And yet, when you start to look at where the God glimmers are, where the blessings are in this season, all of a sudden your stress levels start to go down because you find things to be grateful for. And it may just be as simple as, I'm so grateful that my husband is going to hold me, or I'm so grateful that my wife holds my hand on the couch. You start there and you build up because gratitude will always replace a negative attitude.
For more information on this topic, check out oneextraordinarymarriage.com/119.